So I didn't really. I'm like really tiny on the camera. I didn't really spend much time last time analyzing afterwards what happened in Death Stranding. Carlos was here for y'all that missed it. We played the first hour of Death Stranding. It's a spooky game. It's not too spooky for you, Sandra, I promise. This part that we're going to play tonight is more like weird and strange and sci-fi, but not scary. There's one scary scene that may come up, and I'll warn you when it happens. But so what? So the world, yeah, yeah. So what happens? So Death Stranding. The premise is it's this apocalyptic future where death is broken. When people die, they don't die. They turn into these invisible ghost monster things that leave handprints wherever they go. And oh, of course, of course. They leave handprints wherever they go, and they're super scary. And if one of them eats a human, essentially the equivalent of a nuclear bomb goes off. So corpses are basically ticking nuclear time bombs. So they need to, if somebody dies, you need to incinerate their body as soon as possible, and get rid of it before it turns into one of these ghost things and then causes a nuclear explosion. And we learned that by so it's Norman Reedus. There's a cool song playing. He's on a motorcycle, like, because he's Norman Reedus. He's on a future motorcycle that has two wheels on the front, a reverse trike it's called in the game. And it starts raining. Now the thing about the rain in this world is it causes time to fast forward. So he's trying to get out of the rain. All the birds are dying. They're becoming old. He escapes into a cave. First he crashes his motorcycle, and then he escapes into a cave, and he meets this gal named Fragile, who asks him about all this like lingo, like dooms. You have dooms. You can see them. No, I can only feel them. And then the ghosts come, and then they go away, and then Norman Reedus finishes his delivery, and this guy shows up, and he's like, "You're Norman Reedus' character, right? We've got this body we need to get rid of ASAP. He was a suicide. We found him. He's about to pop. So he's about to turn into something. We later see that it's one of the invisible ghost things." And then it starts raining, so future rain, and they have to go through a BT, which is the invisible monsters. They're called BTs, infested thing, and they crash, and then the BTs come and eat them, and then some guy shows up that I actually missed when I first watched it. But this guy shows up, and he's kind of like wearing a mask. He kind of looks like one of the things, even though they're invisible, and he summons a giant one. I adore you, Tony. You play that WoW. You play that WoW, and you come and bring us lore. So this guy shows up, and he summons a giant BT that eats one of the guys, and then boom, explosion. And then Norman Reedus wakes up on a beach, which is the sort of metaphor that this game has for, like, not the afterlife, but like walking into the light. Instead of the light, it's water. It's the ocean, and that's why when you look at, let's go into the game. When you look at the title screen, you got a bunch of beached whales, because the ghost things are called beach things. They're beached from the ocean of death. They're stuck on land, and then he wakes back up because Norman Reedus has the ability to come back to life. Again, it does this all through showing it to you, and then gives you the terminology to use. And Guillermo del Toro shows up and says the president wants to see him, and that's where we ended up. So we're about to go give the president, who's dying of cancer, some morphine. That's where we are. And, the more I thought about it after we streamed this game last week, the more I realized it was very appropriate because this is America. Cue Donald Glover, cue Childish Gambino. So it's not gonna be scary. It's more like weird sci-fi stuff's gonna happen. But I'll warn you when it gets scary. This is America. This is a futuristic version of America, and we're about to go meet the president of the United States and give her some morphine because she's dying of cancer. And so you have a female president. This is spoilers. We don't technically know that it's a female president, but it's a female president. And she's kind of like stern, and she's kind of like very, she is very, what's the word I'm looking for? She aspires to a lot. She wants to be.
Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
She tries to be, and I gotta hold on.
Beginning scan.
I gotta turn my headphones down because I can't hear myself think. There we go. She's very, all right, I'm just gonna say it. She's a Hillary Clinton archetype, and I don't know if that was intentional, but she can certainly be read as an allegory for Hillary Clinton. And that gets more deep, more straightforward as the game goes on.
Check the map on your cufflinks.
And here's Guillermo del Toro. It's not actually him voicing him, but it is his likeness. So he's telling us how to figure out a route, figure out where we're going. Because, Sandra, what you missed last week is this game is all about navigation. You're a delivery guy. You're not a superhero. You're not... All right, I know how to do this. You're a delivery guy. You don't... And it's because it's the apocalypse, and it's because of the nature of the apocalypse, you can't kill people. If you kill people, the game ends, because you just triggered a nuke. So, it's a very anti-violent game.
Your friendly neighborhood dead man here. If you want to confirm you're headed the right way,
I know how to... This is like... It can get a little bit...
never steer you wrong.
It can get a little bit tutorially. And the dialogue can be cringeworthy. It can definitely be cringeworthy. And I think that's intentional. I think everything about this game, like, that seems like a goof is intentional. Except for the weird physics sometimes. Because some of the dialogue is straight up groan-worthy, but it's so, like, pointed. Like, it feels so intentionally groan-worthy. So they're definitely, like, trying to say something.
Central wasn't just home to Bridges HQ.
So Central was the city that got blown up.
If the president hadn't required special treatment, she would have never left. And if she hadn't, we wouldn't have either.
So yeah, this is America. It's a futurist America, but it's like this is made by a Japanese guy. The game is very like anti-violent, and like it's tongue-in-cheek in its references to other video games. Which is one of the things I love about it. My favorite thing is the sci-fi. It's so detailed, and so it's like unlike any, like the rules are like unlike anything I've ever seen before. And they do this thing where Norman Reedus' character is clueless about everything, so that because the audience is clueless about everything. Now, there gets to a point where it's like, okay, but if you're living in this world, you should know this by now. But, you know, it's not perfect, for sure. But I'm able to see through that because the world itself that they're like, he's experiencing is so interesting to me.
We're all trending the same way.
No chance of a recovery then?
None that I can see. No. We should start making preparations.
Sam. It's me, Dead Man. Sorry, my mistake.
Sam doesn't like to be touched, by the way. That's a little character detail from the last video.
I'm afraid the president's condition has deteriorated.
It deteriorated in the 10-minute walk that we just did. Not even.
This will help to ease the pain. And allow her to speak with you in these final moments.
Huh?
The first and last female president of the United States. Surely.
This is what I mean. Like, you should know this. She's your mother.
You're not exactly
Yeah, all the guys are named something man. Except for Norman Reedus. It's Dead Man, Die Hard Man, Heart Man. I think those are the main three. No, Troy Baker's character has a non-man name, but he's also a villain. So this is the... You get awarded in likes whenever you complete a mission, like social media likes. So I'm just gonna be quiet for the cutscene. Let y'all experience it for yourself.
That's the president's right-hand man. The director of bridges.
Again, things he should know.
Die Hard Man.
Oh, you were with Bridges One? So, I guess no introductions are necessary.
Die Hard Man's, I think, my favorite character.
What's
They're
your
all
name,
really
sir?
good. Heartman's also wonderful, but you don't see him for a while.
Look at us. A bunch of deathless freaks meeting like this. Yeah, well, good to see you two. President's waiting. It's your mother, Bridget. She's a bit out of it, but I know she'll recognize you.
And what this weird dialogue does, it really like impresses upon you that this is a video game, and because we don't know, Sam doesn't know, even though he should know.
We'll leave you two alone.
Sam, I knew you'd come back. Are you doing all right? Yeah, I know you hate me. Amelie,
Amelie.
you remember Amelie went west. Took her 3 years to cross. She's trying to rebuild the country.
Still going on about that, huh?
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. Help Amelie. She needs you. Together, you can help us reconnect. You can make America whole. Sam, if we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive.
We don't need a country. Not anymore.
We do. Alone, we have no future.
No, America's finished. Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
Sam, listen to me. Please. So you are willing to help me?
Yes, she did.
Oh,
And she crawled up on him like a zombie. And she's leaking black stuff.
I love you, Sam.
Nope. It's
I'll look for you on the beach.
it's called chiralium. It's this substance that occurs around death after the Death Stranding took place, which was like the apocalyptic event that triggered all this. It's like this black tar substance, and now the dead and the dying leak this fluid, and it leaks into the atmosphere, and it's what triggers and this is all like gets explained eventually, but what triggers the future rain is the chiralium. The chiralium dissolves into the atmosphere and is what triggers the future rain. And it's never outright said, so that's not really a spoiler. It's just like you complete the circle. And then actually they kind of talked about it in the last episode or last stream, where when they showed up with that dead body, Sam was like, why can't you just burn it? And they're like, and leak all that chiralium into the air right near the city? And if you notice, whenever a BT's around and you see their handprints, it fills up with a black fluid. Yep, black fluid equals bad. It fills up with chiralium, their handprints immediately.
Listen, no one can know that the president is dead. If word gets out, Bridges is finished. Now what happened here does not leave this room. Do you understand?
Yes, Director. But there's still the matter of the body. Without corpse disposal.
We've got that covered. Sam, before she died, the president made a contract with you.
what are you talking about?
As a member of Bridges, you're gonna work with the rest of us to rebuild America.
You think you can recruit me? Like she tried to?
Well, she succeeded. Look at your wrist. If that's not symbolic, I don't know what is.
Director, the cancer spread throughout her entire body. Harvesting organs is out of the question, and there is no need for an autopsy. Her body needs to be cremated before she necrotizes.
And
Necrotizing being turning into one of those invisible monsters.
What do you want me to do?
We don't have any porters right now. And the CD team you went into the field with are dead. But the president's body has to be burned.
The road from Capital Knot City to the incinerator was compromised in the void out. Now, the only way there is on foot, through the mountains. But the chiral density there is off the chart. It's gotta be BTs.
This job has requirements. Tombs. Repatriate.
So me. Why?
Sam, you're already on the clock.
Now get it done, Sam Porter Bridges.
His name is Sam, like Uncle Sam. His middle name is Porter. because he's a porter. And his last name is Bridges because his mom's last name is Bridges, and that's the name of the company that she works for. That she founded, actually. Bridges, which is basically essentially it is a corporation that is essentially acting as the government right now, what little government they have, because everything that's left of America is literally doom preppers. Doom preppers and, like, cities underground.
President Strand believed in American Reconstructionism. She worked tirelessly to bring the nation together again. And without her, there would be no Bridges. She deserves a funeral with full honors.
Also, like, this, it's, like, so apt.
If she dies, America.
We're gonna find out, because we're gonna cross the country on foot, Carlos.
Listen.
I don't know about the rest of the world. We only see America, but we can assume that it's like that elsewhere.
Even if we pull it off, what then? Who's gonna take her place? Face it. America's history.
Sam, America isn't dead yet.
And in fact, they're very specific about not
She may be
mentioning
lost to us,
anywhere else.
but we still have
Although there
an
might be
America
some in some of the,
worthy of
like,
president.
text files, which we're gonna go
Let's
through
not
at
get
some
into it
point.
now. What matters is that we're going to finish your mother's work and rebuild America as she intended. That's the reason Bridges exists. So take the first step, Sam, and deliver the president's body to the incinerator.
If we don't
So your mom's
come
dead.
together again,
And you gotta deliver her body up a mountain to burn it. That's your
the one I wanted
first
to see,
mission.
Sam. Time's running out. I love you, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Not at all. Nope.
The facilities to the southwest. Remember that you'll be passing through BT territory.
We built the incinerator way up in the mountains so that the chiral matter in the smoke wouldn't reach the city. It won't be easy carrying a body up there.
We'll be monitoring you around the clock. If anything comes up, we'll offer you support via the cufflinks. Sam, this is Die Hard. Dead men explain how to use the cuffs, right? Use them to check the location of the incinerator.
Alright, so start the game here. We're going out here and up the mountain. We're going here. And you can, like, set a course and, like, do, like, figure out, all right, what am I dealing with? How are we going? I think you can, yeah, you can, like, move the map around, just look at the topography, say, okay, going up a mountain. Like, right now we don't have any supplies, but later you can build supplies to bring with you, like ladders and ropes and stuff. But that's later on. And it like, everything you bring, you physically have to carry. Like, it shows up on your back in a box.
I don't think I need to remind you, but every minute counts when transporting corpses for disposal. 48 hours following cardiac arrest, they go necro and become a fresh BT to make our lives hell.
So it's just like her scarf is just chilling there, hanging out outside the body bag, just like blowing in the wind. Yes, it sure does. Can't beat that pink scarf.
People held on to their hope
She's
that
iconic.
would rise again.
Legendary.
Believed in her.
Yes, girl, give us nothing.
This country can be rebuilt. America lives on, together with Bridget's undying spirit.
So if you don't, so I'm holding on to both triggers right now, and if you don't, you like start to tip over, and you can even like fall on your ass with the dead body on. It is way too funny. Wig. Alright, so I'm getting the... Okay, no, we got it. It's working. It's working. It was stuttering for a second. We ain't switching. Not tonight. Alright, got a nice little tower coming up. So towers are, like, basically, like, gives you a higher viewpoint. You can scan the area. What I'm doing when I scan is it shows me the terrain. I just also do it by habit at this point. Scans the terrain, tells you like where to watch your footing, and also like shows any packages that are around for you to pick up. But there's not going to be anything to pick up right now. Alright, so we're just going to climb. Descent. There we go. So it's going to, while I'm up here, it would naturally be scanning for any packages, but there are none to pick up right now because of the cutscene that it is. Or the mission that it is. Oh. Which is to bring your mom's dead body up the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, just like that.
So you'll see on the rocks there's the red X's. You can see there's a ladder. Someone left a ladder for me in the distance. That's a really cool thing that we'll find out about later. It's where the online functionality comes into play. Yep. So basically, oh, this is about to get good. Just walking through the mountains and then Low Roar starts playing, like, oh my god. This game is a vibe. And it's why it's not all scary. It can be really peaceful and beautiful at points. I'm gonna let the music play. Let the music play! Actually.
This is something I cannot replace.
Turn up the music a bit.
Gave me hope and gave me doubt. Will I love you in that I don't love you now? I'm a long way from home. Yes, we're a long way from home.
So this is why there's a ladder, if someone left it to cross the river. And we can technically walk in the water, but it drains energy. So why do you want to conserve our energy? We gotta carry our mom up a mountain.
Now listen out, don't walk away. I've got nothing more to say.
This whole soundtrack is like I still listen to it. Also, it's a 1 year anniversary of this game, by the way. Another really good reason to be playing it right now. Came out a year ago today, and I still listen to the soundtrack almost daily.
You're a part of me, and I'm a part of you. Yes, you're a part of me, and I'm a part of you. Yes, you're a part of me, and I'm a part of you.
And just like that, the song's over. They just like certain moments in the game. You've been walking a long time. You're feeling tired. You're running out of stamina, and they just play some beautiful, chill, vibe music. Oh no. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Oh, here we go. Wait. It's gonna disconnect. Yeah. Alright, let's try. Let's try that again. At least we got to the song. At least it didn't interrupt the song. Hold on. Alright. Let's stabilize. Let's see what the hints have to say. Let's see. Disconnect my phone. Someone must be using the internet. Alright, we're gonna try. Let's try. Alright, this seems to be going a little bit better now. Alright. Things seem to be going a little smoother. I say it and then it stutters. But hey, if you want this to not happen, by the way, do take tips in the About section. I do have tips set up. Let me check my settings. Go down to 360. We're going to go down to 360. Yeah, information. Nothing. Okay, let's try that. It's not going to look the prettiest, but it'll work. And I'm not here for pretty. I'm here for functionality. Oh, that's hideous. That's okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to be all right. Oh, come on. Hello! It looks like I have 4 viewers now. We're on the shitty PlayStation OBS for a second. And I mean that's the only problem. We're on the shitty PlayStation OBS, that's it. And you can't see my wonderful face, but that's okay. So we're climbing up this mountain. And so here's another item that people can leave behind is these climbing ropes. And you can just tap it as many times as you can to give them as many likes as you can. We just gave Igor 76 likes for that rope. That's not social commentary at all. And so now you get to see like why, like, 'cause so far we've just been walking. Like, yes, this can get a little treacherous, and you have to find a path, and sometimes make sure you have these tools because not always are you going to have these things left behind for you. In fact, usually, the first time you go to a place... There we go. The first time you go to a place, you're not going to have this stuff laid out for you. It's only once you get there that you get access to things that people left behind. And I mean people. I mean you, whenever you leave out a ladder, or you leave out one of those ropes, or whatever else, because there's other stuff that you get, someone else can find it in their world. But only after, and you can find things that other people left in theirs. But only after you've made it to each, like, major waypoint do you unlock that area's, they call it the chiral network. You unlock the things that people have left behind in that area. Alright, so we're making our way up to the crematorium. The incinerator, they call it. A little impersonal way to call a place where you're about to bring your dead mom to burn her body up. But that's what they're calling it. And like when you go downhill, you can see how he was like getting ready to run. I had to pull him back. Like, the game really makes it about navigation and not about combat. I mean, there is combat in this game, but most of the combat is about disabling and not killing, because again, killing causes a nuclear bomb to go off, basically. So Sandra, be prepared. It's about to get spooky in here. Basically, invisible monsters are about to show up, just so you know. Cremate the corpse. Yes, do it. Press X to cremate. So that's all that black stuff into the air, and that's going to bring about Chiralium density. That's basically how much of that stuff is in the atmosphere. So heavy Typhon rain. They don't say it, but it's like
Burn the other cargo while you're there.
X A plus B equals C. So what is he about to burn? That other cargo, I wonder what it is.
What's this?
BB-28. It's the unit Igor was assigned. It was hooked up to you when we found you in the crater.
But why is it here?
That's a
Because
baby.
it's flagged for disposal. Central Knot's gone, and our headquarters along with it. Because that thing didn't do its job. It's all in Igor's logs.
But it's still alive.
It can't be repaired, and it can't survive outside the pod. Pity it if you want, but the decision has been made. It has to go. The director approved the order.
Yeah, the baby waved at him. It's actually a very good little baby. It does not deserve to be treated like this. Alright, Spooky Town happening. So you see the black handprints, that's the chiralium happening every time. Yep. Doesn't like him for some reason.
Sam, do you copy?
I'm on PS4 now. I'm streaming from the PS4 directly. Before I was I was streaming PS4 to computer, then computer was streaming out.
There's tons of them.
There's no face cam for PS4.
Bodies, we couldn't get up to the incinerator in time. Comes with the territory, I'm afraid.
Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea.
That's Mads Mikkelsen. Played by Mads Mikkelsen.
Start, good shit. Maybe you are defective.
So the baby, and it'll explain it. The baby helps you see the dead people. We'll explain why later. Maybe not on this stream, but the baby helps him see dead people.
Do you think?
Because it's technically not born yet. It's still, yeah, it's a magic baby, basically. So like that. Magic baby, and also very cute, even though it's in a jar. Like, it does baby things. It laughs, it cries, it poops. Well, it doesn't poop that I know of. Alright. Alright. So, when we're standing still, that's when it sees it. That's when we can see them. And they can detect us. And when we're moving around, we just gotta trust this guy, the scanner thingy, telling us where the closest one is, like hot and cold. And then when they detect us, they go into the ground and they start walking, and you gotta. I've done this before. Oh, it's like right there. Alright. Alright, so it's spinning. And they're making noises. I'm gonna go over here. There's only one guy to that right. We'll try and sneak between them. Go out this way. Oh, it's getting close, getting close, getting close. Please, I'm running out of breath. I did not want to run. That's a cliff. That's a cliff. But this is not a cliff. Or this is going down. Stand still, Sam. Alright. Seems to be safe this way. Jump. You can do it, Sam. There we go. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. There we go. Get on the ladder, nice and easy, Sam. All right, we got it out of the BT area. It's still raining, but there's no more ghost teeth around. Nope. So that's the end of the scares, Sandra. By the way, scary is over for a bit. And most of the scary at this point is like in the game itself. I don't think there's like they've established how shitty this world is. They don't need to rub it in anymore. And so now most of it is like in gameplay when you run into those things. Although there's some scary situations in which you run into those things. Like in the ruins of a shopping mall. Yeah, no more. We're not. Magic Baby's not going anywhere. Magic Baby's here for the whole game. She ain't going nowhere. Or he. I don't know what it is. Yes, I do. It's a she. But that's a twist. Well, actually, no. It's just a genderless baby. Then to find out, and then you find out that it's actually a girl. Stop running. So, if in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, there's some bugs that look like giant water bears. Well, giant for water bear proportions. That are health items. And now I don't have a dead body on my back, so I can just run freely. Alright, so I think we'll get through the next cutscenes once we get back to the city, and then it'll be time to bring Allison on. Yeah, it does tend to like make you able to run free, and later on in the game you get these like these leg support robot thingies, and you can just like literally run very fast and then do a leap over a cliff. It's like very fun. Like all of the upgrades in this game are about navigation. I mean, there's some weapons. Dude, run! That's a Ghost Hunters reference if you didn't catch. Yep. You turn into the Flash, basically. And you can also, so you can rebuild highways later on. And then you put on those running things, and then there's a part of the highway that recharges them. And so you can just run forever down the highway like you're Barry Allen. Alright, stop running, Sam. It looks weird. I don't know if I'm going back to the base or if I'm going back to... Yeah, I'm going back to the base, not to the hospital.
Sam, come back to the distribution center. Check the location on your compass.
I know where it is. But like, how appropriate is it that this game comes out in November, year before a presidential election, and it's about
It's a miracle either of you made it back. When someone with dooms hooks up to a BB, your feelings...
Sandra, for the record, I don't know when you sent it, but I just now saw your Slack message. And the answer is, no, not officially yet.
I'm sorry, but this BB has been pushed beyond its
But
limits.
you are definitely qualified to be one, as is Tony, as is Carlos. All y'all in the chat right now are.
We need to talk.
Which means y'all gotta moderate each other. Or will, once I make y'all moderators. Yep. Oh, BB, I love it so much. Yeah, exactly, Tony.
I'll always be with you.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Or three of us.
The sunset,
The day is ending.
let that yawn out.
There's no pretending. This BB. This BB empty. Yeet. Oh no, Tony. We are not yeeting the baby. Oh yeah, no, there's some really cute. This baby, like they do their best to make it not the weird baby in a jar that it is, and they make it so like you fall in love with it. And also you missed it, but you could hear it like uncomfortable when the things were getting near. And it has a little meter that like shows how happy it is, and then if you like fall over, if one of the creatures like grabs you, it starts crying, and you have to comfort it to make it stop. Like, you can actually, like, take it off your chest and then, like, rock the controller to rock it.
Sam, I thought I told you dooms and BBs were a dangerous combination. Huh, perhaps a shower is in order. You're still covered in chiralium. Don't want the president to see you like that.
The hell you talking about? She's dead.
You're upset. Is this about BB-28?
Go fuck yourself.
And now they're just gaslighting him. Like, I swear to God.
Well, in any event, it seems it owes you its life.
No, we owe the kid our lives. You
Which,
too.
like, it feels
As you
accurate
say,
that
I shall
the-
look after it.
corporation slash
Give my
government
regards to
is
the
going to
president.
gaslight the one person that they want, the worker, is going to gaslight its worker and like force it into compulsory. Like there's definitely leftist implications. Why would you?
It's almost time to go, Sam. Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you.
Good morning, Sam.
Sam, this is Di Hartman. There's a private room set aside for your use. Bridges perk. Take a moment to clean up, wash all that chiralium off, and come to the president's office.
It's about to get a little steamy in here. So nice to take a nice steamy shower. And featuring a buff, naked Norman Reedus. I'm looking respectfully.
Can you hear me?
For fuck's sake. Is it anything private anymore?
Oh, no. Except for taking a shower and going to the toilet, that is. I take it you were getting yourself cleaned up. Good. Come to the president's office as soon as you're done. She's waiting for you.
Yep. Taking a shower is an aspect of gameplay. For no reason at all. Actually, there is a reason, like... So, when you either shower or use the restroom, it creates bombs that the BTs don't like.
You did well, Sam. Thank you. Bridget may no longer be with us, but her legacy has a chance to live on. Sam, listen to me. America, Reconstructionism, her dream isn't dead.
I don't want to hear it.
This is the face of our new hope. Our new America.
Homily.
My mother may be gone, but I'm here. And you, Sam? You're here too.
Been 10 years since you saw each other, right? And in all that time, she hasn't aged a day.
He knows why. My body's still on the beach. I don't get to grow older. But you do, Sam. You look good.
So you're serious then about reconnecting everyone? Everything?
Someone has to succeed Bridget, Sam. More importantly, someone has to carry on her legacy and see our country rebuilt. Samantha America Strand, our new president. A new beginning for our people, for our nation. Under Emily's leadership, we'll re-establish the UCA, the United Cities of America. This is how we'll rebuild our country. But we'll need your help to do it, Sam.
No, I'm through with this. I said my goodbyes to all of you when I said them to Bridget.
We never forgot about you, Sam. You ran away. You cut us off.
Emily put together an expedition. The best of Bridges won. And went west.
Notice the giant craters in the center of the Midlands. Of the Midwest.
I led them past craters in BT territory. I kept them safe while they searched for survivors.
Never once missed a BT. Saw him coming a mile away.
We convinced community after community to join the UCA, and we left behind our own people to help them. It took us 3 years, but we managed to make it all the way to Edgenaut City.
All the way to the Pacific. Jesus.
Yeah, but then everything went to hell. The team was wiped out, and Emily was taken.
Notice how it's playing out like a video game. And also, they vaguely look like army men.
I'm not being
like
kept
the
in
toys
a cell
in
or
Toy
anything
Story.
like that. I'm allowed to use their facilities and to speak with you whenever I want. I just can't leave the city.
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edgenaut City. Well, that's what her keepers are saying, at least. They want the UCA to leave him be. Emily's their insurance policy in case we don't.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group. They run Edgenaut City.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering.
You didn't miss.
boyouts.
It doesn't make sense. Like, it literally doesn't make sense, and that's intentional.
You think
But
the
to
suicide that took out
explain it
Central
as
Knot was one
clearly
of
as
theirs?
possible, given
Could
the
be.
information they have
They're
given
extremists
us,
like
she's
the
a
demons
projection
everywhere,
here.
plotting in the shadows.
But
They're
supposedly,
decentralized by
her
nature.
physical presence
No
is being
one
held
organization
captive.
to rule them all. Just a...
What we've
I
been
know
told.
not everyone shares our vision for the future.
But you're right to pick up that
If we
it's
Americans
not making
don't come
sense.
together
Something
again,
does not add up here.
Humanity won't survive. I carried my mother's message to people all across the country. But not everyone was willing to accept it.
More than a few would rather stay isolated. Keep to themselves. Go it alone. Like you, Sam. They think that America can only be rebuilt by force, by men who tell them what to do, who take away their freedom and put them in shackles.
What'd you put on me? Huh? You know better than the demons. Just another kind of cult.
They're not shackles, Sam. They're a symbol of our bonds. That's what we need right now. Not to stand apart, but to come together. To form chiral knots and reconnect.
Sam, we want you to go west and finish what Emily started. The people she left behind have been hard at work, setting up chiral network terminals. But these terminals are still isolated. We need you to bring them online. And for that, you'll need a Cupid. This contains all the necessary security and operations protocols to integrate a terminal into the chiral web. Take the Cupid west, Sam, and reconnect.
Basically, we're going to
going to
connect everyone to the internet.
And when you get to Edgenaut City, find
The
Emily
futuristic death
and bring
internet.
her home.
To save the princess in the tower.
After that, I'll take over the presidency and carry on Mother's work to save the country.
This was Bridget's dying wish. This is how we'll move forward.
Please, Sam. We need you.
I'm Sam Porter Bridges now. I'm not a Strand. Hell, I'm not even part of this outfit. You all saw to that. I'm not getting involved with you, or anyone else, ever again.
Wait!
See? It's like I'm not even here. Same as it ever was.
Sam! Sam! Hold on. Stop! Listen to me. America needs you. Both of you.
Yeah, covering the world in cable didn't bring an end to war and suffering. Don't act surprised when it all comes apart if you try to do it again. Round and round it goes. Connect, reconnect, it's not that simple.
All right, Sam. Just take it easy. I get it. You don't have to commit to anything now. Why not get some rest?
Good idea. We all need our sleep. Leave it too long and you're liable to reconnect with the other side. The necessary maintenance has been completed. Various adjustments and fine-tuning for your benefit. You can use it again.
BB.
For once, it would seem that Dooms and BBs are a good combination.
Oh. I love it
Or
so
perhaps
much.
the two of you have something of an affinity for one
They
another.
really do a good job of like warming you up to it. I mean, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. I don't like it either. And you know, there's a whole chapter that goes into. I mean, another good thing that I love about this game that we'll get into as we go further on is like all these concepts that are pretty flat right now, they get expanded upon. Like they like all the questions that you are ask yourself get answered for the most part. There's nothing that's left unexplained or like left to your interpretation. Like everything's like
Listen.
in terms of universe.
Are
Right?
Strand.
Right? Amelie is stylish as fuck. She's an icon.
Not anymore. My name is Sam Porter Bridges.
It's a funny word, strand. A strand is part of rope or bond, while stranding means being washed up on the shore.
I mean, some things get
And being
over-explained like
stranded
this, but
is when you can't go home. I'm stranded now, Sam.
it's not
Here
like
on the
Lost,
shore
where
of the
it got existential, or not existential. It got what do you call it? Yep.
Thousands of miles away.
The whales are a
but
metaphor
our
for dead
bond
people.
Still holds.
And the game's like very transparent about the fact that everything is a metaphor.
You're free, but we're still connected. Don't tell me we're not.
She just went from red to black. And now black to red.
Come back, Sam. I'll be waiting for you.
Oh. That was not a goof. This is very intentional. And now now the sky is different. Because she's wearing it again. Now she's wearing the black again, and the black pumps. Wasn't it? This game is beautiful. Like, this game is stunning. Alright. So, it is 8:24. We got about 5 minutes till Allison joins
Sam,
us.
This is Die Hardman.
Oh, wait.
You were out like a log. Must have been beat. Private rooms come with all the basic amenities. Shower, toilet, etc. Drop in when you need to rest. Inspect your gear, review info, or whatever else. If you have any
Baby's
questions,
cooing.
feel free to ask our staff. But before you do, why not check things out for yourself?
Alright.
See how Bridges operates these days.
We got about 5 minutes before Allison joins us. We're gonna save here. We're gonna stop here with Death Stranding. Yep. That was just tutorial. Who don't y'all don't miss much. We're gonna save. All right.
Don't be so serious. Don't be so serious.